actually the guy that, sort of helped me with the mental part of the NFL and getting ready for scheme and stuff is Sage Rosenfels, went to Iowa State, and the things that he knew from playing and stuff was, the West Coast, Shanahan type offenses. So for me, when I got drafted by the 49ers, man, I was really excited, to be able to come into a system like this and learn and grow. So I'm definitely excited for it.
What's the process like for you just to learn a new offense? And it's a little overwhelming probably first to get that playbook. How do you go about it?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like it's another language, and at first, coming into Zoom meetings and looking at the offense, it's it could be a little overwhelming at first, just looking at the formations and adjustments and stuff. But for me, like I said, it's like another language that once you start picking up and seeing it every single day and talking in it, I feel like it'll come naturally. So that excites me.
When did that process start? You looking at the playbook and starting to talk to coaches and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, the coaches have talked to me, and we've done some calls and stuff, just talking about generic stuff, nothing too crazy. So being here, with mini camp tomorrow and stuff will be really the first time I get to sit down with these guys and get into it. So, but that's really where I've been with it. I know I'll be able to pick it up quick. I feel like that's the kind of player and person that I am, is to be able to learn quick, and we'll go from there.
How many of your three teammates in your quarterback position room have you met? Lance, Sudfeld, and Garoppolo?
Yeah, I've met Trey Lance and Nate Sudfeld, and they've just been welcoming me with open arms and been great guys so far, and I know that those are the kind of people that they are, and teammates. That's what I've heard. So I'm excited to get in that room and learn from them and compete and just be a part of the room. So it's gonna be fun.
Have you spoken to Jimmy Garoppolo?
I haven't.
You probably read or heard about this, but Shanahan compared you to Nick Mullins after you were drafted. Do you know anything about Nick, and did you hear that and then sort of become curious about who he was?
Yeah, I remember watching Nick with the Niners for a little bit, and sort of his story, Southern Miss, right? And then the way he came in and was a great backup, was very reliable, and did his job. That's really all I know about him. I haven't dove into who he is or the story of him with the Niners or anything like that. So that's something that I might do later on for sure.
Is there an element of your game that maybe you think doesn't get the credit it deserves?
I mean, maybe just like the craftiness that I play with, extending plays, and I feel like I just had the type of mentality where I always feel like I can make something out of nothing in a sense when something breaks down in a play. But other than that, it's just being consistent and doing my job. So that's really all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like the running ability, the
Yeah.
ability to do that kind of stuff. You look at it like, with everyone kind of assuming that Trey Lance will be the starter, that you can kind of fit a similar, kind of fit in similarly with how they plan to use him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't really got that far, in terms of how the offense is going to look with, whoever's playing quarterback and whatnot. But, for me, I believe in myself to, go in, do my job, play breaks down, use my legs, yeah. But in terms of, where I'm at, how the coach is going to use me, I haven't even got that far. I'm still trying to learn the base plays and formations and things like that. So, however they need to use me, I'll be ready for it. So.
Because you're trying to learn the plays for this weekend tomorrow, is it more about showing the mental capacity or the physical skills and traits that you have that, to kind of entice this coaching staff?
Yeah, I think, for this weekend, it's really just the mental aspect of it, trying to show really that, I have the capability of, learning something one day and going out and getting out on the field and taking control in the huddle and making, the right decisions and everything like that. So I think that's more important. I mean, everyone here's got, the physical ability to go out and play the game, so if you didn't, you wouldn't be here. So I think the mental part right now is what's going to separate you. So.
You mentioned your craftiness when we talked to you right after you were drafted. Is that something that you feel has really set you apart over the years?
Yeah, I feel like it's been a part of my game over the years for sure. Obviously, being a quarterback, you got to go in and do what the coaches ask of you. But the game of football, things happen. The play isn't always going to be perfect. So being able to go out and play the game, and when things break down, make something out of it. I feel like that's been a part of my game. So yeah, that's just who I am.
What's been the best advice that somebody's given you as you embark on your career?
Yeah, I think lately You know, just with the draft and trying to make it in the NFL and all that kind of stuff, it's, you know, not how you get there, but what you do when you get there, you know, with your opportunity. And so that's how I'm looking at it right now is, you know, I get an opportunity to come in and just do my job and learn and grow and play at the next level. Like, that excites me. Like, I've been dreaming of this since, you know, I was a little kid. So whatever happens, and I'm going to be ready for it. So.
Did you get any like strange texts from numbers you didn't know, or somebody trying to give you that kind of advice or anything?
There's a couple random numbers, but other than that, it was a lot of family friends reaching out, so I knew everybody who was texting me, and yeah, I'm very thankful for the people in my life. So it was a special moment.
Yeah, well, when the moment happened, we've seen the video, and what strikes me every time I see it is that people just exploded when your name kind of crept on the screen. How much were you expecting, or did you have a tip that the 49ers might pick you there at 262?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously called me going into the 7th round saying, you know, we got this last pick and we're going to try to take you, things like that. So really just the whole round, it's, you know, a little suspenseful about, you know, if I'm going to be taken or not. And then sure enough, you know, while the 49ers were on deck, I got a call from San Francisco. And so I actually went into my parents' room, took the call, and I came out and told everyone that it was another free agency call just in case I didn't get drafted. And so that's why everyone erupted. I didn't tell them right away that I got drafted, so I waited till my name came up on the screen. We had fun with it. So
When did you arrive in town?
I got here at 12 o'clock today.
And then you came straight to the facility?
Yes, sir.
And did you see any people you knew? Did you recognize any of the, you know, your fellow rookie class?
Yeah, you know, Danny Gray, Spencer, the offensive lineman, some other guys that were trickling in and out. It hasn't been easy yet. I haven't had time yet to actually introduce myself, but some of the older guys have already introduced themselves and been welcoming, so I'm excited. All the people here are great, you know, just the staff members and stuff. I could tell, like, the culture here is pretty sweet. It's you know, legit from what I've heard, so I'm excited to meet everyone else too.
And how did you know Danny and Spencer?
Just from, you know, their faces of being drafted and stuff like that. So, but I haven't seen everyone yet in our draft class. So,
In terms of the Mr. Irrelevant facility or festivities, is that all in the works still? And
yeah, honestly, I haven't heard a whole lot. I know it's going to be about 4 days of events, but I haven't even heard back from them yet about what we're going to do specifically, what the schedule looks like. But I definitely know it's at the end of June, and it's a 4-day process of having fun. So, yeah.
Has anyone in your circle been kind of having fun with you with the Mr. Irrelevant tag, like any friends or family?
Yeah, I mean, after the draft, just the week that I had last week, of family friends coming over and just having fun with it or texting me, like, you're relevant to us and all that kind of thing. So they've been having fun with it. But for me, it's like, man, I get an opportunity. That's how I'm looking at it. So